So Republicans are continuing to whine about the fact that they're losing young voters across the country, and they wonder why. Let's talk about it in today's video. Hi, I'm Mike Greiner. I'm a lifelong Democratic activist who's concerned about the direction our country is taking. I'm also a lawyer and an academic, and I'm here to help you stand up to the BS of the MAGA crowd. So remember Scott Walker, the former governor of Wisconsin, who spent his career attacking the university system, one of the best university systems in the country that he did his best to destroy. Of course, that's the playbook that Ron DeSantis is now following in Florida, but that's the story for another video. He also attacked unions and delivered worse economic performance than the neighboring state of Minnesota, which was run by, wait for it, Democrats. But Scott Walker, that Scott Walker, is back. And he's complaining about the fact that the Democrats just win the big Supreme Court race in Wisconsin with Janet Protasiewicz, the pro-choice anti-gerrymandering candidate, winning a seat on the Supreme Court, finally shifting that court from a conservative majority to a progressive, some might say, rational majority. Let's check out this video now.
The major issue here, we've seen it particularly in Wisconsin, but across the country, is younger voters. In Wisconsin last fall, we saw about a 40-point margin that younger voters gave to the Democrats running for Senate and governor. We saw similar margins in Pennsylvania, part of the reason why you have John Fetterman in the U.S. Senate, in Arizona, in Georgia, and elsewhere. And just this week in Wisconsin, we don't yet know the numbers by age, but we do know that Dane County, which is where the University of Wisconsin's flagship campus is at, about 50,000 students are enrolled there. Dane County cast more ballots in the race for the Supreme Court than the largest county in the state, Milwaukee County. And in Dane County, 82% of those votes went for the radical. And so unless we turn young people...
I love how they say that, the radical, forgetting the fact that they're the radicals. But that's a story for another video. Let's keep watching.
Around, and it's not as simple as one campaign ad or some sort of a coalition. This is years of liberal indoctrination coming home to roost, and we've got to turn it around if we're going to win again.
Yes, years of liberal indoctrination is the reason that conservatives are losing. Well, I hate to say that I agree with anything that Scott Walker does, but I do agree with him that Democrats really have an advantage with young people now. And what's more is, according to research by a Republican pollster, it appears that these younger voters are not shifting over to become more conservative as they get older. Meaning that as the older people die off, the younger generations are going to become more and more in control of the country, and that those people will tend to be more liberal. You can see why conservative Republicans are freaking out. But unfortunately for them, they made their own bed here. I don't think I need to revisit the whole abortion issue and how appalled young people are with conservatives insisting on leaving them a world that's literally on fire, and the language that they use to talk about people who are different from white people, people of other races, people in the LGBT community. That kind of language just doesn't sit well with young people who've grown up knowing people of various races and various sexual orientations, and knowing that they're okay. That's not a matter of liberal indoctrination. That's just a matter of the fact that conservatives are out to lunch when it comes to young people. But what's amazing is that they haven't learned their lesson. I mean, their solution to this seems to be to basically sweep the issue under the rug. I mean, I did another video with Kellyanne Conway complaining about the fact that their messaging was stronger than that of Republicans, and that Republicans need to stand up and not be lied about, even though they are opposed to abortion and want to deny it to people and are opposed to addressing the climate crisis. But that's neither here nor there. No, their solution is instead that, hey, we should have pizza parties. That's what they're doing here in my home state of Michigan, where the neighboring county to where I live and the county where I teach, They're going to offer a monthly leadership series for Gen Z where they will offer speakers and pizza, not to mention video games. Now, I hate to say it, but I give young people more credit than that. I think if they can be bought that cheaply, that our country's really in for a world of hurt. Fortunately, as the father of 2 millennials, I know that they have a lot more on the ball than that, and that they actually care about these issues, and they want to see a world that they'll be able to live in and thrive in, and where everybody is included and allowed to participate in a vibrant democracy. Pizza parties and video games aren't going to change that. But to show even more how out to lunch Republicans are when it comes to the youth vote, we have several prominent Republicans, including presidential candidate Nikki Haley, talking about increasing the retirement age for Gen Z. In other words, when they say that they aren't going to touch Social Security and Medicare, they just mean for older people. Younger people, though, those things are on the table, showing once again that Republicans only care about old people, and young people they're perfectly happy to screw over, which has pretty much been par for the course with the Republican Party. That being said, I do want to raise one alarm bell regarding something that our party is engaging in, and that is this attack on TikTok. Again, as the father of 2 young people, I can state for a fact that at least one of them loves TikTok and uses it regularly. And despite these arguments that this is part of a Chinese government plot, I gotta tell you, TikTok doesn't do anything worse than Facebook or Google or any of the other American social media companies. Attacking TikTok is going to impress nobody, and it's going to accomplish nothing. So I have to give Representative Jamal Bowman credit for standing up to this movement and really call on the White House to rethink their position. Because if anything, as Kellyanne Conway pointed out, we should be engaging people on TikTok rather than trying to shut it down. But overall, if there's a lesson that we can see from everything that's happening, it's the fact that Republicans just don't get it. The reason young people don't support them and aren't becoming conservative as they get older is because they are repelled by the substance of what Republicans stand for. Republicans have built their party around appealing to old Christian white people. And the fact that that demographic doesn't include very many young people means that Republicans need to do something much more fundamental to appeal to young people than simply changing their message or reversing liberal indoctrination. Well, if you want to see another video where I talk about how the Republicans are selling out our future, check out this video over here. They continue to engage in irresponsible hypocrisy when it comes to the debt limit. And again, I think young people are seeing through it. I'll see you then. In the meantime, let's hope for continued progress. Thank you.